Kraven, armed with incredible animal-like powers, races against time to save his brother from a deadly enemy, a mutant Rhino. But with his own father pulling the strings, will Kraven become the ultimate hunter or fall into the deadly trap set for him? Which movie should I recap next? Comment below, like, and subscribe. Today, I'll recap a 2024 action/sci-fi film, Kraven the Hunter. So, keep your eyes wide open and stay safe. The film opens with Nikolai Kravinoff, known as Kraven the Hunter, being transported to a Russian prison. He sits quietly in the back of a truck, his sharp eyes watching everything. When two inmates step outside, Kraven knocks them out in seconds, showing his brutal strength. Inside the prison, he is brought before a ruthless crime boss named Semyon Chorny. Chorny laughs, calling the Hunter nothing more than a myth. Kraven doesn't say a word. He just reaches down, yanks a sharp tooth from a tiger skin rug, and slashes through Chorny's bodyguards like they're nothing. With the room filled with chaos, Kraven jams the tooth straight into Chorny's neck, taking him down instantly. Before the guards can react, he grabs another prisoner, using the poor guy as a shield, and makes his escape into the cold Russian night. A flashback takes us 16 years into the past, showing a young Sergei and his brother Dmitri. The two boys are picked up from school by their father, Nikolai Kravinoff, a feared mob boss. As they sit in the car, Nikolai breaks the shocking news. Their mother has committed suicide. Sergei is hit hard by the news and, feeling betrayed, he blames his father for her death. You can see the anger in his eyes as the truth sinks in. Nikolai takes the boys on a hunt, bringing along his team, including Alexei Sitsevich, who wants to join Nikolai's dangerous world of crime. However, Nikolai doesn't think Alexei is worth his time. Meanwhile, a teenage girl named Calypso Azili is sitting with her grandmother, studying tarot cards. Far away, the hunting party finds a lion. The fierce animal attacks Sergei, nearly killing him in the process. Calypso sees the attack from afar and rushes over to help. She treats Sergei's injuries, but as she does, a drop of the lion's blood falls into Sergei's body, mixing with his blood and starting to change his DNA. The doctors at the hospital work hard to save him, but they say Sergei is dead. Just when it seems like all hope is lost, his altered DNA suddenly takes action, and to everyone's shock, Sergei comes back to life. After Sergei comes back to life, Nikolai quickly takes him home, hoping to keep things quiet. But Sergei can't handle it anymore and decides to run away, leaving his brother Dmitri to deal with their father, who has no idea what's happening to his sons. Sergei runs into the woods, hoping to escape his past, but soon finds himself in the middle of a wildebeest stampede. The huge animals rush past him, but one wildebeest is blocked by Sergei, and it waits patiently for the others to move. Moments later, Sergei stumbles upon the dead wildebeest, their horns all mysteriously removed. As he explores, he meets two hunters, a father and son. They quickly threaten Sergei to leave. Without warning, Sergei picks up a knife from the ground, and with one swift move throws it straight into the father's head. In a furious rage, Sergei beats the younger hunter to death with his bare hands, showing how much he has changed since the attack. In the present, Kraven continues hunting down criminals with strange animal-like abilities, like super sharp senses and the power to connect with animals. One day, he gets a message from his brother Dmitri, asking if he'll show up for his birthday, but Kraven doesn't respond right away. Later, Kraven comes across a convoy of mercenaries trying to hunt animals in a restricted area. He blocks their path and stops them from moving forward, but when they try to push past, Kraven enters their van and takes them down, going as far as biting off one of their noses. The leader of the mercenaries runs off, thinking he's escaped and that Kraven is out of the picture. But when he runs to his boss's office, he's shocked to find Kraven sitting in the boss's chair because he already took care of him. Without hesitation, Kraven fires a crossbow, and the leader is struck by an arrow right through the chest. Kraven leaves without a word. Calypso is all grown up now and works as a lawyer. One day, she finds out that her close friend and colleague has been murdered by men working for Chorny. While she's still in shock, Kraven approaches her and reveals something surprising. He tells her he is the same boy she saved all those years ago, the one who had been attacked by the lion. He also admits he is now the hunter, the one who has been taking down dangerous criminals, including Chorny. Alexei has become a mercenary, now working with his partner, Bahari. When he hears about Kraven's actions, he sees it as the perfect chance to take over Nikolai's criminal empire. Alexei and Bahari go to other criminals, trying to get them to join their side. When they refuse, Alexei shows off his terrifying mutation, which makes his skin harden and turn into something like armor. He calls this new form the Rhino, but he keeps it under control with a special serum. Alexei's gunmen open fire and kill most of the criminals, leaving only two alive. One of them kills the other, hoping to prove his loyalty and get a spot working for Alexei. Nikolai throws a big party for Dmitri's birthday at a nightclub where Dmitri works as a pianist and singer. During the party, a goon who is working for Alexei tries to kill Nikolai, but Nikolai quickly grabs him and uses him as a human shield. A shootout breaks out, and many of both Alexei's and Nikolai's men end up dead. Later, Kraven surprises Dmitri by showing up at his apartment. The two brothers enjoy a peaceful dinner together, laughing and catching up until Nikolai crashes the scene, ruining their moment. Dmitri is kidnapped by Alexei's men, and Kraven doesn't waste any time. He chases them through the city, smashing through windows and climbing walls trying to catch up. Even though he puts up a huge fight, they manage to escape. Later, Nikolai receives a severed finger from Dmitri, along with a message. He has 48 hours to pay a $20 million ransom if he wants Dmitri back alive. Kraven knows his father won't go through with it, so he decides to ask Calypso for help in saving his brother. Knowing that Kraven will come after them, Alexei hires a dangerous assassin called the Foreigner to take care of him. The Foreigner has an amazing ability. He can manipulate time, which lets him do things like snatch a gun right out of someone's hand and shoot them with it. While they wait for the Foreigner to arrive, Alexei decides to show Dmitri his mutation. He explains that being the Rhino causes him terrible pain, but he has learned to deal with it. He also tells Dmitri about a doctor in New York, Dr. Miles Warren, who helped him manage his condition. Kraven helps Calypso escape her law firm when Alexei's men come after her. They quickly fly to the jungle, where Kraven knows Dmitri is being held. While they're traveling through the jungle, they run into a wildcat that Kraven has known since she was a cub. Kraven wrestles with the wildcat for a little while, showing off his strength and bond with the animal. After that, he and Calypso continue on their journey, determined to save Dmitri. When the Foreigner finally arrives, Alexei's men start looking out for Kraven and soon realize he's nearby. The Foreigner finds Kraven in the forest and shoots him with a dart filled with a strong toxin. This makes Kraven hallucinate, and he thinks he's surrounded by spiders. It's the closest we get to a Spider-Man reference in the movie. The Foreigner shoots him with 2 more darts and is about to finish him off when Calypso steps in. She fires an arrow straight through the Foreigner's eye, taking him down. Then, Calypso uses a special voodoo elixir to heal Kraven and help him get back on his feet. Alexei moves Dmitri along with a convoy, but Kraven has a plan to stop them. He sends a stampede of wildebeests charging after the convoy. One of Alexei's men, Bahari, is thrown out of the van and impaled on the horns of a wildebeest. Alexei decides it's time to fully transform into the Rhino, and he faces off with Kraven. The two have an intense fight in the middle of the stampede, but Kraven can't break through Rhino's tough skin. When Rhino picks Kraven up by the neck, Kraven spots a small entry wound where Alexei injects his serum. Kraven quickly stabs the wound, weakening Alexei. Kraven then ties Alexei up with wire and flings him into the stampede, where he gets trampled by the wildebeests. Slowly, Alexei succumbs to his wounds, and his reign of terror ends. Kraven later confronts Nikolai in the woods, knowing that it was Nikolai who sent Alexei the footage of Kraven escaping prison. This gave Alexei a clue about Kraven's identity. Kraven realizes that it was all part of Nikolai's plan to trap him into killing Alexei. Nikolai knew that Dmitri would be an easy target, and that Kraven would do anything to save him. In response, Kraven quietly steals the bullets from all of Nikolai's rifles. He then leaves, knowing that a bear is about to arrive. The bear mauls Nikolai, who is completely defenseless without his weapons, and he meets a brutal end. Kraven later meets Dmitri at the nightclub where they have a heated argument about the paths their lives have taken. Dmitri tells Kraven that he's just like their father, another man hunting for a trophy. Dmitri begins to walk away, and Kraven follows him, but when Dmitri turns around, he transforms into his brother. It turns out Dmitri is wearing a suit given to him by Dr. Warren. This special suit lets Dmitri shapeshift into anyone, making him the chameleon. The brothers, still full of anger and bitterness, part ways once again, each going their separate paths. Kraven comes back home and finds a package and a note from Nikolai waiting for him. The note says that Kraven is just like Nikolai, a hunter. Kraven opens the package and takes out the gift, a vest with an animal pelt on it. He puts it on and stares at himself in the mirror, thinking about the path he's chosen and how he's become just like his father. So, which awesome movie should we recap next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below, and let's make it happen. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you never miss out on our movie recaps. We've got plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Produced by Warner Movie Recaps 2.